Hey there, you rebelicious soul. It is great to have you here. I'm excited to inspire you again today, and I hope that this podcast episode will open up new possibilities within you. Enjoy and feel free to reach out if I can support you in any way. Hello. So, how do you prioritize yourself in a healthy way? I believe this is a very important question, and especially these days where a lot of people are giving themselves to their friendships, their work, they're giving and giving and giving. At some point, they come to the conclusion, I've been giving so much, I need to start putting myself first. And I understand where it comes from. It's a very popular way of thinking these days. You need to learn to put yourself first. And often it is followed by the analogy of the oxygen mask, and that justifies the importance of autonomy. Now, there's some truth to that. And I do believe in the power of autonomy, but it's also a one-sided cliche. And it plays into our individualistic mindset that doesn't really teach us how to be relational anymore. It doesn't teach us a healthy type of autonomy. Of course, when your own cup runs over, when you have a lot of energy, then you have more to give. And you cannot give a lot when there's emptiness, when you feel depleted because, you've been serving the whole world without taking care of yourself. Overgiving doesn't serve anyone. It's all true. But the idea of putting yourself first is another extreme of the same, spectrum. It's the same coin, basically, just a different side. So it's either none of you or it's you first. And if you ask me, it is something that creates hierarchy. It almost excludes others, it puts you first and then other people. It doesn't always work that way. It's not that black and white. I mean, let me give you some different words, a different example. I mean, when you realize at some point that you've always been in service of the other, so it could be children, it could be work, friends, family, partners, and so on. It can be an absolute mind-blowing moment to discover that, yes, you matter too, and you are important. Absolutely. So then it might, you might swing to the other side and you start making choices that serve you because, well, you deserved it, regardless of how that affects others. And it might sound like a little bit extreme, but I've seen it happen. People who are learning to stand up for themselves, who are learning to, that I have a voice and, now it's my time and I matter now and I matter too. And what happens is that they sometimes become a little bit selfish. You hang on to the idea that you finally need to put yourself on the highest rank, automatically placing others below on the second row. It's a hierarchy that, in my opinion, it doesn't inspire community and care for each other. And I believe that this can actually vary in intensity. There's no black and white here. Care and self-care is fluid. Sometimes you notice, now I need to prioritize myself more. And other moments, yes, sometimes someone else is more important. I mean, if someone you're very close to is dying and you notice that, this is the last weekend that you get to see them and have some final words, you might feel extremely tired, but chances are that you're going to say goodbye. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with putting them first. It's just not that black and white. And I believe that the words around this concept are very important to us because, the words that we use to create healthy relationships to ourselves as well as others, they really make an impact. So by using the words, me first, you re-emphasize the hierarchy, and hierarchy is not relational. Instead, I would love to introduce the words you as well. Yes, you are also important. You are equally important. We're all important. Your kids are important. Your work is important, but you are important as well, you know? And those words, they inspire integration of your importance. You are equally important with other people. And of course, I agree that you and some people in your life are going to be more important to you than, for example, the neighbors, cousins, father, whatever. They're not going to get as much time and priority, or maybe none at all. So I'm not saying there's no hierarchy at all. I'm saying that, especially in your inner circle with your loved ones, yes, equally value yourself. You integrate yourself in the ecosystem. You are relational. You're in a community, So the you as well doesn't exclude anyone else. It doesn't exclude that your kids are important. It doesn't exclude your partner, In the end, our satisfaction in life is for a great deal determined by the quality of our relationships. I'm not the first one to say that. Absolutely not. It's a very familiar quote. But what it tells us is that, it's our relationships in life that give color to our lives. So let's not put ourselves above that. Let's not put ourselves underneath. We're not higher or lower than anyone. We're same as. And by saying, yes, me as well, or you as well, we're all important. That language creates and jumpstarts a healthier relationship to ourselves and others. Let's honor that. That is maturing in our sovereignty. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening. It's been my absolute pleasure to share this with you again. I really hope that you enjoyed this episode. And if you're hungry for more, please check out my website, michellecoops.com, and subscribe to my newsletter in which I share so much value every single week. Have a magical day. Stay raw, stay real, stay revelicious.